so we can share, because you know what, sharing is caring. I love to say this. So, are we ready for our presentation? I'm gonna share my screen. Don't be scared, because there will be a lot of text, but I'm not going to read the text. This is just because when I share with you the PowerPoint, you have information to read, not only pictures to see. So you're going to see a lot of text. Don't think about the text, because that is for you to read afterwards. The first thing, it's going to be Rafael and me, and welcome to the main thing, hybrid contest without challenges. It's going to be amazing. The main thing that we need to do is read the online hybrid speech contest best practices. Read. All of your questions, all of your doubts will be here. All the things that you are thinking about, oh, I don't know how to do it, that will be here. Everything that you need to know and more, it will be here. Please read it. It's very, very important, because it's going to make your club contest, other contest, or division contest stronger and robust. And you will be able to help, most important of all, you are going to be able to help all of your fellow Toastmasters and all of your contestants. I'm going to remind again, Rafael, if you can, don't forget to pin me. Next, hybrid contest. The hybrid contest is a must. It's mandatory from Toastmasters. Why? Because I think they are aware of the situation. They want to, all of us have the opportunity to be present in a contest. And one thing that is very important in the hybrid contest is the contest cannot be penalized because of the format they choose to appear. And other important thing is the material they use. They are responsible for the material that they are using. The club is not responsible, the area is not responsible for the material that the contest use in their own room, without being on the venue, on site. One of the most important thing is the preparation and the technology. It's important how the audience members will view your contest. You have to think about the hybrid situation and the hybrid situation and the on-site situation. You have to accommodate the venue, think about the two situations. How are you going to put your table? How are you going to put the shares? How are you going to put everything? It's very important for you to be aware of this situation. And the type of contest that you are going to have. We are going to have the two types of contests. We are going to have, in the district level, we are going to have the speech contest and the evaluation contest. In the continuation of this presentation, I'm going to talk more about the speech evaluation contest, because there we're going to need the breakout rooms. It's important, while you are preparing your contest, to know how many contests you're going to have online and how many contests you're going to have on site. Why? Because you can take measure. You can prepare the audience, the judges, the counters, the timers, everything 1 week or two weeks in advance of the contest. This work that you are going to do before the contest starts is very, very important, so it goes smoothly. And you are going to think about a situation where you're going to think about the best practice that you can have the judges voting, the counters counting, and the chief judge ruling the counting. I'm going to talk about this later on. And now for one very important thing. I know that sometimes our time is short, but for organizing an hybrid contest, you're gonna need to test your platform. Test, 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 test. Select, test how you are going to handle the platform. Test the platform that you're going to use, how to prevent mistakes. That is very important. And one of the things that you need to do, and this is very important also, run a mock contest. It's very, very important for you to run a mock contest. I'm not saying that you should be on one site during 4 or 5 hours testing, but gather 2 or 3 club members or area members, and between the 3 of you run the mock contest so you can be aware of the problem that will rise. For example, you are going to hold a contest in a venue that you don't know. Go there and do a mock contest inside so you can test the internet connection, because you are going to need the internet connection. Go there and test the light, the microphone, if you are using microphone on site. So test, and also test the audio level of the contests that are going to be at home. Doing this, you are going to prevent a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors that will appear in your contest. Because one thing I'm sure, something will go wrong during the contest. Something will go wrong. Doing a mock contest, we're gonna help you control that. That's something that will go wrong, that will make you prepare. Establish process. Train the judges and all of your members that are going to be in the contest. Train the platform. Try to understand what will happen. So choose a format for the counters and the chief judge to choose to vote. For example, if you have judge at home and if you have judge on site, the judge on site will gonna deliver the ballots to the counters, and the counters are gonna go to the chief judge and present the counting of the votes. If you are having judges on site, create a WhatsApp group with the judges at home, so they can send a picture of the result of the ballots. Try to get close way of communication between the judges and the counters, and establish this process on 1 week, 2 weeks prior the contest. So judges, when they are going to be briefed or when the contest starts, they already know how to do it. Explain all of this via email or other means of communication. When I'm organizing, I'm going to organize. I have organized 2 years last year and 2 years ago. I always choose to communicate in advance by email. Give them all the information by email. Get everything ready and done by email 1 week, 2 week prior the contest, because everything is going to work out fine. And also with the contests, it's very important the contests at home and on site can train. The contests at home, they should need to train even more, and don't wait for the day of the contest for them to train, because they are going to take up time and they were going to be stressed and there will going to be some issues that will arise. Talk to them, ask them to train 1 week prior the contest, the audio, the light, because when they come, it's going to be stressful. And there is one thing that the Toastmaster say, that Toastmaster advise us to do. We all know that when people are not sure if people are listening, they always say, "Oh, are you listening? Can I start? Can I start?" There are a lot of people that do this. If we do something like prior the starting of the speech, the contestants say, thank you, contest chair. The contest and the contest chair nods. That contest will know that we are listening very perfectly. So it's a good way to test the audio in a very stressful situation. And if you are going to do this for the people at home, please do this for the people that are going to be on site, for two reasons. One is fair for everybody. The second reason, if you are using some microphone in your area contest or division contest, it's a good way also to test the microphone. Technical difficulties. We are always afraid for this. We are always afraid that something goes wrong. We can in advance decide how long should us allow the person at home have disconnected from the internet. We can ask for 1 hour or 2 hours. We 1 minute or 2 minutes. We can choose a time prior the contest. And again, I say one week prior, 2 weeks prior, to have all these rules set in stone a week before the event start. And when the contest regain connections, he will start from the place that he lost connection. So try to talk with the contest, try to talk with the judges about this situation 1 week, 2 weeks before, because preparation is key for having a contest well maintained. Submission of ballots, like I said prior, try to establish a direct connect between the judges that are going to stay at home and with the counters. Or if you have having a counter at home, a direct means of communication between the judges and that counter that is at home and that is on site. So the judge can send the ballots to the counter, and the counter can easily give the ballots to the chief judge. The thing that I've done in the past that works really, really good is the judges can pick up the phone and just take a picture to the end of the ballot and send that picture to the counter. You can choose if you want to do that privately to the counter, because you don't want the other judges to know how you voted, or you can choose if you want, you can choose to have a group and the judges put the votes on that group, or you can use the email. But try always to use a very fast mean of communications between the judge, the counter, and the chief judge, and also for other stuff that will arise during the competitions. The counting room, like I was saying, it's very the counting room is very important to have Wi-Fi connection, to have a private chat. So this thing is key in a hybrid contest, to have in a fast and easy way to reach for the ballots to reach the chief judge. And the best way that we have found is by a WhatsApp group and or WhatsApp direct message, and it's very fast. This is also very important. Brief contest officials. If you are in the briefing, if you are having a hybrid contest, you do the briefing in hybrid. You can have a laptop during the briefing with the judge. So you can put the laptop on the table, and the laptop will work like the judges are there. If you have, for example, 2 judges in person and 3 judges online, you can have the laptop, put the laptop, have the briefing. Also do this with the contest. You have the laptop, you have the contest, and all the things that we normally say during the briefing part of our contest, we can do that with the laptop in front of us and briefing the judges and the contestants. Also very important, and one thing that I found it works perfectly is sending all the forms 1 week, 2 weeks prior the event, the contest, so the judges and the contest and the tiebreak judge send you the the required forms, the evaluations, all of it will be signed by them, and you have all of them in digital format, so you can have everything taking care of that part where you have to sign stuff or write stuff. You can have all of that with you 1 week or 2 week prior the events. It helps a lot, and also helps a lot the judges when they are filling the results in the evaluation form. They can put the results digitally and send the picture. Same thing that I have talked previously. The judges will judge a speech like they normally do. They should not make any considerations if the audio or the video have low quality. You have the criteria remains the same. They judge the speech, and all of the rules for the judge to judge in the contest, they are all in the handbook. And if you look at my slides, you have always the info in page 12 and 13 if you want to read and look on the handbook with more detail. Communication methods, like I said previously, it should be very fast. The communication between the judge and the counters and the chief judge. The means of communications are everything during an hybrid contest. Technical difficulties I've already talked in the past. Try to get a time where they can be offline and try to reconnect, and all the rules, the detailed rules are all in the handbook, and pay attention to this, because if you inform the contests that are going to do the speech prior, okay, if you go offline, you have 1 minute to re-enter the meeting. You have 1 minute to enter meeting. This will put their mind at ease, and they will be more prepared, and it will not be an issue. Try to communicate the technical difficulties and the way that you are going to handle them to the contest in the first briefings that you're going to have with them prior to the day of the contest. The timers also the same. Try, if you have one timer at home and one timer in on site, brief them, explain them, talk about the backgrounds. They should download the timer background from Toastmaster International. They should be aware about the background that they use and the light that they use, and it should be always visible for the contestants. And now, conducting your contest. Share updates and share expectations. Share the updates that you are going to have during the preparation with the people that will be in the venue in the day of your contest, and also share the expectations. Share all the information that you are going to have. Share with the people and share with the judges, the counters, the timers, and the contents, because it makes people at ease. I have already talked about this, about the thank you contest share. You're welcome, about this way of asking if everybody's listening without asking if everybody's listening. And now for the evaluation and table topic speech contest. In evaluation, there will be a time where a contest will gonna be outside, so you can put that contest in a breaking room, and you can have your sergeant at arms that are outside of the venue in that breaking room and on site, looking at and controlling the evaluators that are going to enter the room. And if he had the computer next to him, he also can look and control the evaluator that's going to do his speech later on. One thing that we did in the past was we ask for the contest to be still in the computer, looking at the monitor, so we could control if he was reading or not. Oh, sorry. And now I'm gonna pass the stage to Rafael Marques to talk to us about the technical and the equipment and all of that shebang that we need on our hybrid contest. Rafael, the stage will be all yours. Oh, one thing, if you want me to pass the slide, just do this. Okay?
Very well. In that case, can you stop sharing the screen? Hello, everyone. As my fellow colleague Sérgio Águia said, he's here to talk to you about hybrid contests. I'm also here to talk to you about hybrid contests, but why are we, the two of us, talking about hybrid contests? For a simple reason. Sérgio Águia is more known than Francesinha in Porto, and when I grow up, I want to be small like him. The thing is, everything that our club has, he has worked on it, and everything that I currently am doing, it's because somehow he has done it in the past. He was a VPN, I was a VPN. He was a president, I was a president. He was an IT manager, I was an IT manager. The whole point is, if I'm talking about something, Águia knows it better. And that's the whole reason why you should be listening to us. And now, what do I want to talk to you about? I want to talk to you about how to run hybrid contests, the technical part, with the least amount of setup, with the least amount of effort. And for that, now yes, please, my fellow Águia, can you share the screen? So, very similar to what I've already talked to you about when setting up a hybrid meeting, a hybrid contest should have the following equipment. A computer in the stage, in the main room, in the main stage, and a camera that suits your needs, a camera that can basically encompass the whole screen, then the whole stage. Then, hopefully, so that the audience can see the people at home, not through a small computer screen, but through a bigger screen, either a projector or a television or a big computer monitor. And I'll explain that later. And on the other side, so that the people at home can be seen by the speakers, so that the people in the room can be seen by the speakers at home, we recommend the usage of a smartphone and a tripod. And to close, something new. In a hybrid meeting, we would say that you need a computer and a smartphone. And just like Sérgio Águia sprinkled in his presentation, we are also recommending a second computer. I know, a lot of machines, but no, this is actually the simplest way, because some clubs have the difficulty of finding more people than finding computers or hardware. This way, you can have one person doing a more general job as a Zoom master and as a sergeant at arms with one single computer. Can you go to the next slide, please? So I've given you a lot of ingredients. Shall we cook a recipe? Before actually showing you how to run a hybrid contest, I would like to urge you to go and visit the original setup. If you take your phones, take a picture, scan this QR code, you will be sent to the original video where I detail exactly how a room setup should be in case of a hybrid meeting. This presentation will be made available later, but if you have the opportunity, use it now. Next slide, please. If you've already seen my original presentation, you have had the opportunity of seeing something like this. On the left, we have, on the left column, we have something like the stage. Inside the stage, we have a speaker. That speaker is being seen by a camera, much like this one, and then a computer which is connected to also a projector, a big screen, so that one Zoom instance can basically serve as the whole entry point of image and sound. What is new here is what's coming in the next slide. You would have your sergeant at arms in a normal competition, specifically for table topics and evaluation speeches, on a separate room. This is an on-site separate room, and then you would have an online breakout room. If it's easier for you, just think of it as two rooms. Both of these rooms are both physical and online. One, you are running your competition, your contest, and in the other, people are just waiting. Now, can you go to the next slide? You've already seen how the pieces would be laid out, but how would things actually progress? Once again, if you look at the original concept of a hybrid meeting, following this link, you would get to know exactly how that works. But I want to give you, and this applies for international speech contests. Everyone is in the room, you switch between people on stage or at home, there is no difference. What's really different is what's coming in the next slide. I believe that if you are, for example, in a table topics contest or in an evaluation speech contest, what would happen, and I'm not 100% sure if it's animated, can my friend and colleague tell me?
So repeat the question, please.
Is this animated?
No,
if you
no,
click,
no.
It's not,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. You have different
Ah, okay, in that case, I'm going to do something even better. Go to the previous slide, please. So what would happen right now is what happens if you click next and next and next? Ah, okay, so forget about it, just go back. So what will happen if you have a contestant in the room in a evaluation speech contest or a table topic speech contest is that you would call the speaker, for example, if it was on site, you would go to the room, physical room. But if you go back, not you, Águia, just me. If you want, for example, a speaker who is online, you would just tell that person, it's your time to go. And then what would happen is that person would leave the breakout room and just join the main session. I can see, this is confusing. That's why we did something different as well. Can you go to the next slide? Don't worry, it's just me. More beard, less hair. But we did something. We gathered up our team and we said, what happens if we want an on-site person to go to the stage? I am acting as a sergeant at arms and I am telling on-site person, please go to the stage. Here we can see our talented VPE walking very fast to the stage, where we have our contest master welcoming the speaker and giving the speaker the stage. What changes? Like, for example, you can see that the speaker is looking at a computer. This computer is also some sort of source of truth. For example, what happens if we want a speaker to be visible on stage, but that speaker is at home? Then the sergeant at arms, who is invisible to the physical room, would go and say, please join the room the breakout room and start your speech. The speaker has joined and started his speech. And you may say, you may think, isn't it weird or awkward for you to be looking just at a computer, either at home or in the physical room? Well, in that case, let me present a challenge to you. For how long have I been talking to you right now? 10 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes. And what do you think I've been looking at? Well, let me try and show you. Once I learn how to use a computer, I have been talking to you through, and I also need to remove the background. I have been talking to you through this beautiful camera. It is not difficult, it is not hard. You just need to imagine that behind this beautiful camera is the face of a person you love. For example, Sérgio Águia, just for example. And at the end of your contest, you will see Sérgio Águia's beautiful smile, Sérgio Águia's beautiful participation, and I have forgotten how to remove myself from Spotlight. It must be this. Fellow friends, Toastmasters, Portuguese, Spanish, Morocco, Gibraltar. I hope I'm not missing a country. Oh, and everyone from other districts that are here as well. I believe that my presentation has given you all the information you need. And if you have any questions, let's talk.
You can ask, you can raise your hand and ask. Thank you, Rafael. I also love you. Christopher Walker, please.
Yeah, so having the laptop on the stage looked really interesting, but I missed a little bit of the, as a single sort of truth, looked really interesting. Can you say again how you would use it for, so a contestant in person and a virtual contestant, how would you be using that? Is it just as a sort of cross-check about what's spotlighted?
I can give you a visual representation of how everything will work, but I think Sérgio Águia is going to need a question first, so I can set up everything here.
Oh, so Rafael, let me guess. While you are going to answer in a very visual way, Christopher, I'm going to take another question, and then
Yes, please.
we go back to Christopher. Antonio, please.
Independent the size of the clubs, because the technical requirements and the logistical is behind for the judge, for the Zoom master, for the content chair, and for the timekeepers, and some clubs don't have the members enough to do this. So maybe is necessary to help small clubs with 8 and 10 members that they want to participate on the contest, and maybe they don't have the amount of members to do that, even if for any reason if they do or online or presential will be helpful. But when it's hybrid, will be a mess of clubs with just a few members. Anyway, this is a reminder for everybody's here, which belongs a small club. But my real question is, the contest is for prepared speech in Portuguese, Spanish, and French, improved speech and evaluation speech in both languages.
The contest will be the contest that will be in district level. It will be prepare speech in the international speech in English, Portuguese, Spain, and French. Evaluation speech in English also is going to be in the district. Only that. As a division, area, or club, your division will choose the type of contest that we'll have, besides the ones that I have previously said, and in area contest also, and in division contest also. I'm going to give you an example. In my division, in Division C, we are going to have prepared speech in Portuguese, Spanish, French, and English. Evaluation speech in Portuguese and English.
So depending of the division decision.
The division will gonna choose that the contest, but in district, at district level in Tangier, we are going to have prepared speech in English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese, and evaluation speech in English. If you have any doubts concerning the type of contest that we are going to have, I invite you to go to our district website, and in the decum, you can read the minutes. It's eyeliner in yellow, all that questions related with the contest. Rafael, Marques?
Yes, I believe you can hear me.
Perfectly.
So, Christopher, what I meant to show you more visually is, I believe on the Rafael Marques square, you will see a speaker, just as you would normally see. This could be either on the physical stage, and I am looking at a camera, and this computer is connected to somehow through Zoom magic, but imagine it's all the same meeting to the computer, and that computer is displaying what you are seeing in not Rafael Marques. And not Rafael Marques can see that speaker. This is almost exactly as you would see in a hybrid meeting. And this works as a speaker, both for being at home, so I'm just looking at a camera, as you will always be, but in a physical setting, I will be looking at this camera, understanding that this camera is projecting somewhere else. In this case, somewhere I cannot see, because it's not my point to see, at least not myself. The point is that I am seen. To others, it is important that they see you. And this is what you are seeing on the not Rafael Marques. I hope this somehow answered your question. And of course, if not, we can clarify this later.
Isidro, thank you, Rafael. And sorry, Antonio, I didn't say thank you for your question. Isidro, your turn. Turn off your microphone, please. Perfectly.
Thank you, both of you. Hello, everybody. I didn't notice, I don't know if you talked about it, but did you think about a projector in order to the people in the room to see the, yeah? Okay, Rafael is, yeah.
Rafael, can I show you can I share the okay. 1 second. Wait a minute. And I will also share the second QR code for the ones that didn't have a chance to see it. Rafael, this one is
Yes,
good? Okay.
this is perfect. So I'm going to annotate the screen because why not? So what you were asking about, Isidro, is this whole thing. I believe you can see it now. So the computer has a camera pointing to the stage, and then that computer is connected to a projector so that the audience can see it.
Yeah.
I believe this is what you were asking about.
Yeah, I didn't notice when you showed this picture. Thank you.
And now, thank you, Isidro. And I'm going to show the second QR code, and then I'm going to ask, while I'm showing it, Antonio, do you have another question? No, so can you lower your hand, please? Thank you. And now for the person who asked me to see the second QR code, here it is. I'm going to stop sharing. You are going to have also this presentation in the next day, so also. Next question, please. Don't be shy.
We also accept insults.
Do you accept silly questions?
Yes, I love silly questions.
Depends, only from not silly people. I don't know.
Well, when it comes, I don't know. You've put the life fear of death into me. I volunteered to be area judge, hybrid area judge, and you've seen my video.
No, but we can hear your voice. Oh, now we see it.
Yeah, but you see how bad it is. Well, of
No,
course,
perfect now. Perfect.
it's perfect now, but you saw
Perfect.
it wasn't earlier. No, how do I get that fixed? I've been on Zoom all morning without an answer. Does anyone know? Because I can't be a chief judge looking at that, can I?
Well, actually, Rafael, do you want to answer this or?
I believe you can.
Okay. If you want, you're going to be the chief judge on. You're going to be online or on site.
Online.
Online, so you can choose to not use your computer, but use your. You can use your computer and you can use your phone. So you can have one camera off in your computer and have all the things that you need in your computer. And to communicate on video, you can use the camera of your cell phone. Is that easy?
Oh,
Or you can use phone or other device for video. Yeah.
okay. Thank you very much.
Always keep it simple.
Yeah.
Next one. So Anna Sanch, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I was a bit late to getting in this very important workshop. So I would like to challenge you to just give me the 5 things that I should bring with me home about what you are explaining and about this challenge that will be settle all these competitions in our clubs, please.
Thank you, Anna. Rafael, I'm going to answer my part about the organization, and I will leave you all the technical stuff to you.
So we're accepting it's not 5, it's 10, right?
It's 10. Okay,
Perfect.
I'm not counting. First of all, start to prepare the contest early. Second, have a direct connect between you, the person that is going to organize the contest, and all the people that are going to be on the competition. And when I'm saying direct connect, it's explain every steps about the hybrid situation that we are going to have. Why? Because in this, you doing this, you want to put everyone at ease. Third part, train yourself. If you are going to be the Zoom master, or if you are going to have a huge part in technical, and train the judges and do a mock competition so you can test the competition. So it's very important for you to test all the competition before you do the competition, so you can be aware of your mistakes. And the last one, train and inform. Rafael, it's yours.
Very well. First of all, hello, boss. And so, 5 things. First, see the presentation about hybrid meetings. It may be repetitive, but we have been at least 2 years into hybrid meetings. The very basis you need to know. If you're going to start from scratch, it's not 5 things. Then, and I think the best way to handle the difference is have a Zoom master who is the sergeant at arms. That if you have one person that does those two jobs, most of the work is done. Have a Zoom account with breakout rooms, because those are two different things. So Zoom with breakout rooms. I think this three. I'm good.
I'm going to share with you a very important link that I invite you all to.
Can I ask? Can I have an intervention?
Well, let me just share the link, and then of course you can.
Okay. Just when it's possible.
You have a lot of information about the hybrid meetings and hybrid practice on the hybrid corner. It's something that a lot of members have contributed to, with information about the material, about technical aspects, about presentations, about hybrid. You have a lot of information on this hybrid corner. Hisham, sorry if I'm not pronouncing very well your name. The stage is yours.
Yeah. Just I think that if I understood good the phone about the presentation of Rafael, there is a computer that show the speaker, and there is the phone that has also the account of another account of Zoom with another account of Zoom that shows the public, right?
Águia is showing the slide. Okay.
The camera.
Okay. I understood your question, and it is a computer with one Zoom account.
Yes.
And the phone is using the same Zoom account.
The same Zoom account.
The purpose of the camera is to show the audience to the speakers at home.
Yeah, so the phone is connected to the same meeting.
Yes.
Okay, so in this case, I think that we tried to put Zoom to this composition with the computer and the phone, and I don't know if it happened with you, but in the case of the phone, when we put when we connect to a meeting with the phone after a little time it becomes very there is a lot of heat.
I understand. Yeah,
become very yes. What's the word?
That is a very good point.
So
and that is one of the reasons why I asked you to please take a look at the original presentation, because in this presentation I am only talking about the simplified version and what changes, because the phone is usually connected to a power bank because it takes up a lot of energy and usually does not hold up for 2, maybe 3 hours. So the power bank is very important.
Yeah, but also it's become really, at least the mine, when I tried that before, it became very heat. What's the name from heat? The adjective of heat.
Hot.
It's become very, very hot. And in a moment, I was afraid about it, and I removed it. So I will tell you what I did to resolve that. So it was the reason of my intervention to tell you a solution for that. So what I did, it was to use one computers for 2 accounts of Zoom and 2 cameras. Yeah. So there is a software that allow to open 2 sessions of Zoom. And we cannot connect. We use the camera of the computer for the speaker, and the other camera, which is this, with big angle, this one that I'm using now, with very big angle, and it shows all the public. And I connect it with the computer.
I know about that solution, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And I don't know your name, so I'm going to say
Hisham.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. That's good.
Let me ask you a question, and I think I'm not going to be wrong here. Do you work in information technology?
Yeah, I am IT man. I work on that. Yeah.
Yes.
I
know.
I was investigating.
Do you know why I noticed?
Sorry?
Do you know why I noticed this?
Why? You know that?
Yes.
Yeah, you are in this field, or I don't know.
No.
Or someone told.
No. It's more simple than that. How many people do you think can do that? Like,
Yeah,
how many people do you think in this call can
very
gain
few people
expertise to set up a computer, 2 cameras?
It's really, I
To
believe
us,
that
it's simple.
it's really complicated.
Okay. So if it's complicated, that's the problem.
So I'm showing it. I'm telling it like an idea. If maybe because it was for me, even if I am IT man, I didn't get this idea at the beginning, and I was thinking what to do with the material, and then maybe there is some IT man in some club.
I agree, and because you're not the first person to suggest, because you are in this call, but I've done this presentation once, and another person who's in IT suggested this, and it's funny because we see this as a solution for us, but the point is that everyone could do this, and that's the real problem, because we cannot expect every club to have an IT person, especially for that person to be in this call. So that's my limitation. I would only pass on to you something that I think other people could do.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a matter of legacy, and that's really, really important.
Rafael, thank you for your contributions.
I have a question, if it's possible. If there is some time, it's quick.
Yes.
The other camera, the other computer, it's in the other room, no?
Yes.
To show people that are waiting for the impromptu, for example, for the impromptu.
Yes, exactly.
Speech, no?
Yes.
And what's the purpose of that? Why to see these people?
Because there are rules in the context that they need to be doing nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
They need to be separate and doing nothing.
Doing nothing. Okay, great. Understood. Thank you so much.
1 second. Águia, I don't know if you had something to say.
No. Yeah, I will. It's 8 o'clock, so we need to wrap up.
Okay. In that case, let me just give a few pointers from things I'm seeing in the comments. Sandra Orland. It's a name I'm not familiar, and I know why, because she's from District 10, but she's been making some comments, and from the USA. So it's early over there. So you are making some comments, and I'd like to address at least a few of them. The second comment you made is that multiple devices in one room, only one can be connected to audio. That's a very important point because of the echo and noise of that. That is something that's very specifically mentioned in the original presentation. Exactly because of all the limitations we have. Then you said the agreement regarding time. That's also something that Sérgio Águia has mentioned, and I believe everything is somewhat addressed. And I can only thank you all for your attention.
Awesome. I want to thank you all for your attention. Please, if you have any doubts, contact us via email. If you need our contact, I'm going to leave my email on chat.
Can we clap?
Sorry again?
Can we clap?
Yes. I will ask for all of us to clap and unmute yourself, because I love to hear the clapping. Unmute yourself, please. A big round of applause. Thank you, Sandra.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Thank you.
Great
And I hope the contest season will be amazing and we see all of us in Bahamas. Kidding.
I would just ask you all, please turn on your cameras so Águia can take a picture.
Let me
Get your sexy angle on.
No, okay, I'm gonna please don't write on the chat because otherwise it's gonna pop up. I'm having some issues.
I can find a way to take a picture.
Okay, I took a picture. Come on. Smile. 1, 2.
Wait, let me turn on my other camera.
Smile. 1, 2, 3. Another picture. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you all. Thank you. Have a nice evening and see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye all.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I have one
Bye-bye,
question.
thank
Is
you.
there any place where